We're all back here at Sturtevant Pond for another Columbus Day weekend and week. This has been now going on for 4 years, I guess, for the family, and it's probably one of the certainly the highlights of my year. I think as a sporting person, a sporting father, I think you hope that maybe your son or your daughter kind of takes up where you leave off and gets some of the same love of the outdoors that you do. But in my case, I got a real bonus. Not only did my son follow in my dad's and my footsteps, but my daughter-in-law is probably as enthusiastic as anyone, and I got two grandkids that are certainly part of the mix and who love it as much as I do. The time we spend here means so much to all of us. My wife doesn't hunt, but she is certainly part of the time that we spend here, and I think Paul and I have talked about this a number of times. The further you go along, the less it matters how many limits of birds that you shoot, and the actual results of the hunt. I think what makes more difference is the dogs and the family and everybody being out together and nobody getting hurt, and just everyone having a kind of a good time. And I can remember being out with my dad. I probably remember tagging along with him probably when I was 7 or 8 years old, and dogs have always been part of the mix. In the early part of it, we had rabbit dogs, but lo and behold, every once in a while they'd flush a pheasant or a grouse, and we all loved it. Shortly after Gail and I got married, we got our first bird dog, and since then, for close to 50 years, we've had some sort of bird dog kicking around the house, some good, some bad, but all of them loved, and all of them really part of the sporting tradition. Terry, I don't know how you feel about it, but it certainly, to me, is a big part of our family.
Yeah, it's a big part of our family. It's a big part of the time you and I have spent together for a lot of years. And as you said, it's fabulous to be able to share it with the next generation. Brendan, now you're a far better shot than any of us. And Claire.
It's a work in progress.
Claire's bagged a few pheasants and is in search of her first grouse here this season. And as you said, Megan, you're more passionate about this, I think, than any of us, and love being in the field with the dogs and seeing them work and seeing us all together. So it's really a pretty amazing experience. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great being able to grow up with this stuff, because not a lot of other kids in our generation get that. And it's been really special for the family as a whole. And I mean, I don't know how you feel about it, but I think it's pretty central to our family culture, I guess.
My favorite part about it is not necessarily the birds or what we get, like Dad said, and Pop, but definitely spending time with the family and knowing that I can look forward to Columbus Day weekend because it's always up here, and it's a time we get to set aside just for the family, and no cell service, so you don't have to worry about your phone.
Gail, anything?
No, I come for the enjoyment of the outdoors. Love watching the dogs work. They've always been a part of our lives. But And more than anything, the six of us together. That for me is heart and soul of the whole weekend.
And I think that, as Terry said, Megan has gotten the bug more than anyone as far as shooting and as far as being part of this whole mix.
Yeah.
She's not hesitant to go to the gun club by herself and shoot a couple of rounds. And I think, Megan, you're right on board with this, aren't you? With this the whole thing.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's fun, and I think that the kids have learned to be. We've all learned to be safe and responsible, which we're all very comfortable with that, and allows us to have a lot of fun together. And I like to go shoot clays, so it's fun. I really, and the dog, as Gail said, the dogs are so fun to watch them work, and it's their nature, and that's exciting. And to see now the dogs mature and get better at it, and yeah, so it's fun.
And I guess the last bonus is that what little we do get and take out of the field, we usually have for hors d'oeuvres on Thanksgiving at the big family gathering. So certainly nothing goes to waste, and I think it completes the circle. And maybe that's what, I'm really happy that the kids are learning that part of it too. So. Overall, it's just a real bonus to have a family like this.